Hi, my name is Lorenzo Harris. I'm a senior here at McKinney High School.
And my name is Riley Graff, and I'm a senior here at McKinney High School.
We did our project over high school relationships.
So we interviewed a few students over their opinions on high school dating.
My name is David Flores. I'm a senior here at McKinney High.
Okay, my name is Alejandra Velez, and I'm a junior in McKinney High.
I'm Trent Scoggins. I go to McKinney High School, and I'm a senior.
Okay, I'm Frances Humphrey. I'm a sophomore.
Hi, I'm Alan Hazan, and I'm a senior at McKinney High School.
My name is Carolyn Ringel, and I'm a freshman.
I am in a relationship, and I've been dating her for about 9 months, and it's all going great.
I am not in a relationship.
I am not currently in a relationship, and it's kind of awesome, and it's kind of not. I would imagine, like, you know, if you're in a relationship, there's a lot more to do. But it isn't, or it is awesome because you get a lot more freedom to just do whatever. There's no one to, you know, I have to make sure this person's, you know, making sure to please this person all the time, always.
Am I in a relationship? No, I'm not.
No, I'm not in a relationship, but that's okay because still meeting new people, still, you know, branching out, so it's okay.
No, I'm not in a relationship.
I would ask a girl I like out, just by keeping it simple and asking her instead of trying to make it a big deal. And it's not a proposal, it's just...
Okay, if I were to ask a boy out, it would be in person.
Okay, if I were asking a girl out, I feel like you wouldn't really have to ask. It would kind of happen, and then you would get to be better friends until the point where you just kind of like, wait, is this a thing now? And they're like, it's kind of mutual. You know, it's not just a question.
Okay, how would I ask a boy I like out? I mean, I prefer that the guy asks, but if I were to ask the guy out, I would say, or I would just go for it. Just say, hey, I like you.
Okay. I would ask a girl out by just simply building up the courage to ask her something simple like, hey, do you want to hang out sometime? Do you want to get some pizza? Do you want to go watch a movie? You know, something simple like that. That way she knows that, you know, you want to have that more personal, like, connection.
If I had to ask a guy out, personally, I don't believe I should have to do that. It's a guy's job, but if I had to, I'd be like, hey, we should hang out sometime.
How would I like to be asked out? Not through text, obviously, but just by asking.
Okay, if a boy were to ask me out, it wouldn't be too much. It would just be like really chill.
If I was going to be asked out, I would want to be asked out in the exact same way I would want to ask someone out. And just kind of have it be mutual and just kind of like an agreement together, not really a awkward question.
Hey, how would I like a guy to ask me out? Just go for it. Like, I don't really care. Just ask a girl out.
Okay, so I'd like to be asked out pretty much in the same simple way. Ideally, the girl would present a cookie cake and written in icing, it would say, would you like to go out with me? Because it's just a great start to a relationship.
How would you like to be asked out? I guess a simple way. Bring me food, I guess. Be nice.
A girlfriend to me would be described in one word as a friend.
If I could describe the perfect boyfriend in one word, it would be respectful.
Okay, if I had to describe my perfect girlfriend in one word, it would be reasonable.
If I could describe my boyfriend in one word, it would be funny.
So if I could describe my perfect girlfriend in one word, it would be sympathetic.
My perfect boyfriend in one word is respectful.
My dream date would be described as something as simple as watching movies and making food and just having a fun time without going over the top.
My dream date would probably be some like grabbing lunch and then go out and like watch a movie, and hang out, and have fun.
My dream date. Okay, so there's this place. There's this place in Tokyo. It's called a cat cafe. You go there, and it's like any other like cafe you'd be at, like like Starbucks or something. Except instead of coffee, there are cats. There are so many cats. And if I could go anywhere with some person that I would think is pretty cool, I would go to a cat cafe. Well, like, you don't like eat the cats. You like it's like where a bunch of cats go to like play and stuff. You can just like chill with the cats, they're like climbing on top of all their little jungle gym stuff, like little 5th graders, and you just go pet one. It's cool.
Okay, describe my perfect date. I don't know, something chill. Like, nothing too fancy, but like, I don't know. Like going to the movies and then getting ice cream afterwards or something like that.
Okay, so my dream date is just like we go to a ski resort and we ski the mountains. Then we just like relax with some hot cocoa, maybe some s'mores, watch a movie. Or we could just do something simpler and probably less expensive, but it's whatever works.
Oh, describe your dream date. I guess something simple, doesn't have to be like crazy.
The way I would like a girl to ask a guy out is if she were to do it, she would just do it. Because, guys appreciate it. They don't care how you do it, and if you do it, it's just nice.
My advice to guys, if they were gonna like ask a girl out, would be don't be over the top because that's weird. Just be really relaxed, and don't do anything that's too extreme because
So if I had to give advice to a girl how to ask a guy out, don't just make tiny little hints. Don't be like giving little tiny like, oh, right, yeah, like trying to give little hints so that they will do something, because guys have no brains and they will not know what you're talking about, and it'll just go right over their head, because if they like you, they will have no idea what you're talking about, because they're going to be thinking about way too much at the same time as you trying to make little tiny hints, and it's just going to confuse them, and it's all going to go downhill, and you're going to cry.
Okay, advice to guys about asking girls out. Grow a pair and do it.
My advice for girls asking out guys, really it's the same like way when guys ask out girls, is like you should not really be so afraid of rejection or like them laughing at you, because that would never happen. It's for guys especially, it's like when you ask them out, it's like a huge ego boost. And even if they are in a relationship and they have to say no, it's still like a really kind and friendly gesture. And maybe, I don't know, you guys just start a great friendship at the worst, right? So just don't be afraid, no matter what, of just simply asking, hey, let's go out sometime, because, it doesn't hurt.
Advice to guys is state your feelings and don't be stupid.
We wanted a few teachers' opinions on high school dating, so I asked Mr. Bruck.
And I asked Elizabeth Becker about dating.
My name is Elizabeth Becker, and I'm the Associate Band Director here at McKinney High School.
Hi, I'm Mike Bruck, teacher here at McKinney High School. I teach U.S. history. This is my 28th year in McKinney. And one of my all-time favorite students was a girl named Brittany Castile. I didn't call her that because you know how I make up names for people, so I called her Cast Iron. Get it? Castile, Cast Iron. And now she's Sutherland, and so now when I see her, I call her Northern Water. Yeah, I'm just clever that way.
My views on high school dating, I think it's pretty normal for teenagers to want to date each other. At this point in their lives, they spend a lot of time together and they form really close bonds, and I think it's pretty natural. As long as they're not too serious about it or they're not doing gross PDA in the hallway, I really don't have a problem with it.
I think you have to keep in mind that, I mean, this is not an insult or anything, but developmental psychology tells us that brain development is not complete until age 25. So I would say any serious decisions that are made prior to that point in your life weren't really very well done. And the same thing is true with high school dating. Most of the time, I know high schoolers, when I was in high school I felt the same way. Most high schoolers feel like whatever relationship they're in at that time is the relationship forever and always. And that lasts like a couple weeks.
Kids dating in high school or waiting until college, I think it depends on the person. If they're ready to start dating now, then they should be open to dating now. If they'd rather wait, then that's their personal choice. I think, however, kids should keep in mind that they change a whole lot from high school to college and even after. So getting really serious with somebody, you just never know what the future holds.
Well, I don't think there's really anything wrong with dating in high school as long as you realize, you know, what it should be for. It should be for learning the kinds of people you like to spend your time around, learning more about yourself so you know who you are. And there's, I don't know, I think there's plenty of time to date seriously later on. The single biggest problem is when you're in high school and you're overwhelmed by that chemical that makes you feel like you're in love, the euphoria that will eventually wear off. You know, they tell us that there's a chemical released when you're in a relationship and it wears off between 3 and 5 years. Well, ironically, most marriages, first marriages end, when they end in divorce, end in between the 3rd and 5th year. Because that chemical wears off and people don't know what to do. And they think, oh my gosh, I'm no longer in love with that person. Well, then no, that really wasn't love anyway. That was a chemical dependency, which is temporary. It's not, you know, long term. When you get married, the whole point is you make a commitment. And the commitment's more important than the emotion. The emotion ebbs and flows. The commitment doesn't. And that's if you want to be with somebody for a long-term relationship. So you got plenty of time for that. And I don't see why you can't date in high school as long as you realize it's not the end of the world. You know, it's just one more step on your journey.
My advice for high schoolers being in a relationship would be, number one, respect each other and also respect yourself. Stay true to who you are and don't change for somebody.
Advice that I often give to my students, which they usually don't ask for and aren't happy to receive, but the advice I usually give is just understand, more than likely this is just a temporary moment in your life. It's not the end of the world. Be braver. I wish I had been braver. One of the best bits of advice I got when I was young that I didn't follow was ask people out and just go to McDonald's, get something to drink and sit and talk. I don't think I ever did that, which I should have, because it should be more low pressure, not high pressure. And just remember, you know, relationships tend to ebb and flow, and especially when you're younger. It's not the end of the world when relationships end. There's other people out there. And you really ought to experience going out with lots of different people. Because how are you ever going to really know someone that you really feel is for your future unless you've gone out with more than 1 or 2 people? So I think that's important. Experience a lot of different people, go out with them, get to know them, and discover in high school, you know, what kind of personalities you like. And probably the single biggest advice I always give my students unsolicited is for guys always think, you know what, no matter what's wrong, I can be strong for her. No, you can never be strong enough for them. And then for girls, they always think, I can change him. You know, they always go out the bad boys because those are fun in high school. Not fun to marry, but fun to go out in high school. But you think, you know, I can change him. No, you probably can't. So don't try. You know, so what you need to do long term is you want to find somebody that you accept exactly as they are. You can live with exactly who they are right here, right now. Because frankly, that's what they're going to be 10, 15, 20